her husband. That means you can discipline her.
I'll say to you again, right? First thing,
I know that you believe that, and I know that Brother Hamza doesn't beat his wife either.
But I don't speak on behalf of the United Arab Emirates. I don't even know which fatwa you're talking about. I don't know who give that fatwa. I don't even know how valid it is. I don't know who accepts it.
There's one Supreme Council which basically sits.
Are you saying the law of United Arab Emirates is you can beat your wife? Because I think you're wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So we can pull that up. I can bring you the.
Go on then.
What's a wife beating?
What is a fatwa?
There's no law against wife beating.
Just because I don't like to make mistakes. It didn't say fatwa. What it said, they issued a ruling, so I read it in English. So I don't know if that ruling is translated as fatwa or is it translated as just a different law in the penal code.
I don't know.
It could be either. So I don't want to misrepresent Emirati law on my own. This is all on camera.
See, here's what you got to understand. If you look at the rest of the Quran, you can see how we are with our wives. Yeah, we wrap ourselves in each other. Men are the twin half of women. The best of you is best of your wives, according to the Prophet Muhammad. All of these things married up, you can't be your wife, mate, because you can't beat somebody who you're supposed to love and cherish.
Quran says you can.
Because you misunderstood it.
Quran says you can.
Because you misunderstood it.
It's not a good book,
You
then, is
think
it?
it does.
It's not a good book.
It's not my fault if you think you can interpret things when you have no ability to.
I didn't write it.
That's not my fault.
It says you can beat your wife.
You're attempting to understand it with no knowledge.
Should have made it clear. An important thing like that, the Quran should say.
An important thing like that, you should seek proper understanding of.
Exactly. No.
Instead of your DIY, what suits my agenda.
God should tell you about wife beating. A thing like that.
He does. Speak to his messenger. He does.
Of all the Jews I know, by the way, he's the one with the least agenda. I don't follow the Quran. He actually has very nice things to say about Islam and the Quran, and he thinks they're potentially divine. So it's...
Yes, I believe the Quran is divine.
Someone who's maybe more on your side than
I believe the Quran is divine.
You do?
Yeah, absolutely. So is the Christian Gospel, so is the Jewish Torah. Yeah, all three were divine.
Why do you believe that?
All three.
But no,
yeah, it's all right. You don't have.
No, why do you believe that?
Yeah, I do.
Why do you believe the Christian Gospels are divine?
I personally pray
a lot. Alhamdulillah. So when you believe something, it means you have reason to believe it, yeah? So what's your reasons to believe the Christian...
I told you, I pray. So because I pray, I believe it.
Well, how does that make you believe it? I don't get it. What's your reason?
Oh, you don't have to believe me.
I'm not saying I don't believe you. I'm asking why you believe it.
Yeah, because I pray and ask questions.
So who do you ask?
I pray...
So you're telling me you've prayed to God and said, God, are the Christian Gospels from you? Have you done that?
Yeah.
And what was the answer?
He says yes. I'm not going to go into detail. You're going to pray it for yourself. Pray and ask it yourself.
Well, I can guess the answer is yes.
Pray and ask it
How do you know that's God saying yes?
Pray and ask it
How do you know
yourself.
that's God saying yes?
You don't have to believe. I believe it. You don't have to believe I believe it.
Listen, I'm not questioning what you believe. I'm asking why you believe it.
Yeah, I believe it.
No, but I'm asking why.
My prayer, the answers I get the prayer.
Because you make it...
I believe the answers I get.
Yeah, but they shouldn't put the claims out there.
I told you clearly.
Put it out. I volunteered that information.
No. What he said, he believes the Christian Gospels are divine. I'm asking why he says that.
Yes.
But I assume for the same
I can understand why he believes the Quran is divine.
I pray and I get answers. You could pray and get answers.
Who do you pray to?
Yeah, God.
How do you know it's God answering?
You don't have to believe me. I just told you. I believe it. You don't have to.
How do you know it's God?
Because I just... Maybe I'm wrong.
You don't know.
No, I do. I do.
You don't know.
I do know. I do know.
Can I come back, because we're kind of like... No one's really answering these questions. I think the most important point that's come out of this conversation, for me I found it really, really interesting, was the purpose of law. So in the Jewish Old Testament, in the Torah, the laws are really explicit, and they're kind of... The rabbis have some influence on how they're interpreted, but basically, if the Torah says you can do something, it's permissible. If it says you can't do something, it's not permissible. If it doesn't say anything, then legal positivism says you can do it. In Islam, we're saying there's a verse in the Quran, and it's really interesting for me. I'm genuinely interested in this. It says that the verse that says you can beat, or unless you're a Quranist, then it means something else. But that actually means the actual opposite of what the verse is saying. Yes. So that, for me, is really, really interesting. And it doesn't seem...
Look into it.
It's only because if you look at the context.
You've got to you can look into it. Okay. Look at the tafsir about it. Look at the hadith with regards to it.
I'm listening to them.
Yeah,
I'll read it later.
and that's how you understand the Quran.
So, for instance, could somebody interpret the verse where it says you can't eat everything from the sea? Actually, it's a great example. In the Torah, it says that you can't eat anything from the sea unless it has fins and scales. Yeah, almost all streams of Islam, with the exception of the Hanafi, say that actually everything from the sea is lawful, because that's what the Quran says. The Quran says everything in the sea is lawful unto you. So could we exist in a world where actually that verse could mean the complete opposite, and it actually means that you can't eat everything from the sea?
Depends whether or not the Prophet Muhammad elaborated on that verse.
So, because the Hanafi, I believe the Hanafi say that you can only eat what the Jews eat, basically.
So they avoid selfish and these sorts of things.
Which is what the Jews do.
Yeah.
Is that coming from a hadith?
No, but here's the thing you got to understand. Do you understand schools of fiqh? how they work. You understand?
I don't know how they work, but I understand.
No, but you understand, like for example, Hanafi fiqh may not be from Abu Hanifa.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Say again.
The school of what Hanafi might teach now may not have come from Abu Hanifa. You understand that? School.
I understand that things can evolve along the way and things can come in and corrupt something. Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is, if you can go to Hanafi fiqh and find polar opposites on the same issue.
Okay. And you're saying because those polar opposites exist, only one of them can be right. Is that, am I keeping up with you? Sorry, you're moving.
No, I'm just giving you an example. If you're trying to go that definitive. So, for example, let's say in Hanafi fiqh they say you can't eat shellfish, you can't eat lobster, you can't eat crabs. Mike, sir. The mic, sir? Oh, is it? Oh, where's that cheeky scamp? Is that yours?
Yeah.
Oh, my idiot. I took mine off.
He's selling the audio. I'll get you a good deal.
No, I took it off.
£10, 20. I'll cut you a 10%.
Huh?
They've got only one. He has two.
I've got it in my pocket.
Yeah.
I'd finished with them. I didn't know he was going to start going on about flipping shellfish.
No. The only reason I brought it up is because
Look at this. Anyway, so what I was saying. So, like I said to you, just as I would question United Arab Emirates if they've actually said you can beat your wife, I would question in Hanafi fiqh. Why do you, if the Quran says you can eat what's in the sea, why do you go against that and think you can't eat prawns and that? I understand the rationale.
Great. Can we just pause that because that's exactly my point.
Yeah.
So if you can understand, you question the Hanafi of why they can say actually you can't eat these food when the Quran explicitly says you can. Does that not apply to wife beating?
No, because what they might have
No,
done.
because this just let me.
No,
because what you're saying is
because the Prophet ﷺ was definitive on it.
So you're saying because a hadith exists which says you
It's definitive.
can beat your wife?
No, the hadith says.
No, the hadith says you can beat, but it gives constraints.
Which you can't.
The
Okay.
Quran says you can beat, but you're saying the message
What
of
type
the
of-
Quran. Can I just
okay.
finish? Can I just please? I've listened patiently. You're saying that the message behind that Quran is that you can't beat your wife. That was what you said. That's what you had the huge debate about. You said the purpose of that verse.
No. What did I say?
Okay, maybe I misunderstood.
I said he implied the Quran doesn't set a limit to regards the beating. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which means if someone just reads the Quran and they think they can beat your wife, they think they could beat your wife as much as you like.
Did I mishear you? Because I thought you said, maybe I misheard, and it'll be on camera, but did you say the purpose of that verse was to show that you can't beat your wife? Because that was what I was arguing
That's
with.
not the purpose.
Okay, perfect. Okay, sorry, I probably misunderstood.
You implied that. No, basically what I'm saying to you is this. If the Quran says you can beat your wife, right, and somebody misused the Quran and they interpret it as he interprets it, if he ever became a Muslim, he thinks he can beat his wife, for example.
I don't.
Right, okay. Well, you just said you did.
I wouldn't become a Muslim and I wouldn't beat my wife.
No, you just said you could though, according to the Quran.
Oh, I could.
So what did I just say?
I could,
so I just
but
said,
I wouldn't.
So what did I just say?
So I would.
I just said, if he became a Muslim, he would believe the Quran allows him to beat his wife if he chooses to, as much as he likes. All right, because there's no limit to it. It doesn't say stop here, stop there. All right.
Well, maybe he believes that that's up to the individual. The same way that slavery is
and like I said to
Judaism and
you,
Islam.
so then according to the individual, if they catch their wife in bed with a neighbour and they know they're allowed to beat their wife's going to get battered if there's no limit to it. Yeah. But in Islam, because of the teachings of Muhammad ﷺ with regards to that verse about the beating, no hits in the face, no causing pain, no leaving a mark, that's no beating. So a man is not at liberty then to beat his wife as he likes. Yeah? Basically the Prophet ﷺ used the word, it's funny, someone just give me a miswak. It says it's like using a miswak.
Yeah.
This is a miswak.
But they used to be a bit bigger than that as well.
Maybe a little bit. Now, if I was to beat you with this, and I can't cause you pain, I can't hit you in the face, nor can I leave a mark.
If it was like that little gentle stroke you gave me before, then definitely.
So
not.
if I can't hit the face, because I can't poke you in the face, right? I can't leave a mark, nor can I cause you any pain. Can you define that as a beating?
How far can you possibly go?
So it's
right? Can you or not?
So what's the reason? The question is what's the reason for the
I agree. If
Right.
following the hadith,
Right. So what will this then? What will this be then?
No, I'm not arguing.
What will it be?
It'll be like final warning.
To be honest, if I did that to my wife when she was really annoyed at me, that would probably result in me
Now here's
getting
the
a
thing: is it
beating.
doesn't. Now here's the funny thing: there's no prohibition on women beating their husbands. You know that, don't you? Anyway, right? You know, I think Egyptian men are the most abused men in the world. You know that? They say that, innit? Egyptian men. Their wives beat them,
rape
man.
statistics coming out of Egypt, the Tahrir Square and things like that. I question
I wouldn't believe all that either.
It's one of the most abusive countries.
I'll say it again to you. The most abused husbands in the world are in Egypt, okay? Just so you're aware of that. Okay. So what could this be?
Women feminists watching this, please message me with those statistics.
So what could this be? Nothing more than I'm letting you know your limit with me, and anything like this again, we're finished.
To be honest, that's a littleit weird. If I'm in a huge debate with my wife, we're really like, she's
No, it's
cheated
got to
on
be on
me,
that. It's got to be
she's
on
done
that.
everything, and then I get my little toothpick out.
No, don't forget.
Oh,
No. See, here's the problem, you see. You've ignored the steps.
Yeah.
This is what prevents a crime of passion, you see. First thing, you can admonish her. What you do.
You discuss with her
What's going on?
Which takes time.
Right?
You're not gonna have
And
one
then
word and
you separate yourself from her bed. So you don't sleep in the same bed as her now.
it's not just one off.
And
This is
then,
over time.
now you know.
Truthfully, like with the greatest respect, and I don't mean to disrespect Islam here, but if I'm in like a huge thing about the, like, she's been cheating on me, she's stealing all my money, we've sat down, we've had a serious talk, and like I'm in tears, she's in tears, and then I pull out my toothpick and stroke her arm. That's a little bit weird.
Okay.
Statistically,
Did I say to you, you have to pull out a toothpick? No.
No, that's what this was.
No, I said I likened it to it. Likened it.
I like that you carried this round, by the way.
I just got someone give it to me today, alhamdulillah. I'm glad they give it to
I was
me.
going to say, I hope this is
So people can
reflection of your
see the
marriage.
beating that we can give. All right. That's just to symbolise. It doesn't say use a. The Prophet ﷺ didn't say in the hadith, go get a miswak and use a miswak. You see, he likened, that's the heaviness of it. That's the lightness of it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So that's that. So we know the Prophet ﷺ has gone definitive on wife beating. So there's no. Now, if someone wants to come and say you can beat your wife excessively, you can give her black eyes, you can punch her in the face, you can cause pain, I want to know why they're ignoring the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ.
Can I ask a question? Because
Wait 1 second. No,
Okay,
no,
so-
no,
okay,
no more
ask a
questions right now.
question.
No more questions right now. Okay, no more questions right now.
he's going to bring out the toothpick in a minute.
No, you're not my wife. Don't worry about that, mate.
It's a shame,
All right?
'cause you-
Don't need no toothpicks with you, mate.
We
I'm only
make
joking, I'm only
beautiful
joking.
children. We make beautiful
So anyway,
ginger children.
I think there'd be ginger in it. Anyway, so basically, that's that. So there is no other way to really look at that verse.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Vegard and I'm a Norwegian Muslim convert. I'm working with the Dawah organization IslamNet to establish the Deen of Allah here in Norway. I am so grateful to Allah for having guided me to Islam. Sadly, I am the only Muslim in my family. It hurts me that my parents haven't accepted Islam yet, and I ask Allah to guide them. But it also gives me a special drive to work for the establishment of Islam. I don't want anyone to miss the chance of becoming Muslim. The Prophet ﷺ said that the Muslims are like one body. If you can feel my pain, would you please help me relieve it? You are now my new family. Click the link and donate to establish this masjid and share in the reward for the message of Islam reaching the corners of Norway.